Hello all, thank you for watching my videos, and in this video I'll be speaking about risk factors for diabetes and its complications. Coming for the risk factors of diabetes, depending on the type of diabetes, we consider the risk factors. So for the risk factors of type 1 diabetes, although the exact cause of type 1 diabetes is not known, factors that may signal an increased risk may include the family history. The risk increases if suppose a parent or a sibling has type 1 diabetes. Then coming to the environmental factors, circumstances like exposure to a viral illness can also play a role in developing the type 1 diabetes. The presence of damaging immune system, the cells of the immune system, that is the autoantibodies. Sometimes family members of people with type 1 diabetes are tested for the presence of diabetes autoantibodies. So if you have these autoantibodies, you have an increased risk of developing type 1 diabetes. But not everyone who has these autoantibodies develops the diabetes. Again, another factor is geography. So certain countries like Finland or Sweden, they have a higher rates of type 1 diabetes. So we can see that one of the factor is increasing rate of diabetes in developing countries too. Risk factors for diabetes, pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes. You can see that researchers, they don't fully understand why some people develop pre-diabetes and some people develop type 2 diabetes and some others they don't at all develop even though they are under those factors, risk factors. Further, the weight also plays an important role. The more fatty tissue you have, the more resistant your cells become to the insulin. So being overweight before pregnancy also increases the risk of gestational diabetes, and it can be a precursor for the type 2 diabetes. Then inactivity, sedentary life. The less active you are, the greater the risk. So physical activity helps you control the weight, and the glucose is used up as energy and it makes your cells more sensitive to insulin. Another factor being the family history. The risk also increases if a parent or sibling has type 2 diabetes. You have the race and ethnicity also. Some studies show that certain races are at higher risk. Then is the age factor. The risk also increases as a person grows older. This may be because the tendency to do exercise becomes less, the person loses the muscle mass, also gains the weight as a person ages. But type 2 diabetes is also increasing among the children, adolescents and younger adults. So inactivity and sedentary life may be one of the factor as per the age. And stress and depression, it's also linked with the developing and maintaining the disease. Coming to the gestational diabetes, if suppose one develops the gestational diabetes when during the pregnancy, the risk of developing pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes also increases. And if you give birth to a baby weighing more than 9 pounds, 4 kilograms, you are at risk of type 2 diabetes. Also can develop some complications like preeclampsia, stillbirths can happen. There is another condition called as polycystic ovarian syndrome. So the woman having the polycystic ovary syndrome, which is a most common condition characterized by irregular menstrual periods, excessive hair growth and obesity, all these increases the risk of diabetes. High blood pressure. Having high blood pressure 140 by 90 mmHg is also linked with an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Then coming to the abnormal cholesterol and triglyceride levels. also having low levels of the HDL, that is high density lipoproteins, or that's also called as the good cholesterol, the risk of type 2 diabetes gets higher. Triglycerides are another type of fat which is carried in the blood. People with high levels of triglycerides also have an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. So your doctor can let you know what your cholesterol and triglyceride levels are by sending your blood for investigations. Then coming to the complications, there are long-term complications which develop gradually, and the longer you have diabetes and the less controlled your blood sugar is, the higher the risk of the complications. Eventually, diabetic complications may also disable and even can become life-threatening. So the possible complications, they can include the cardiovascular diseases. Diabetes dramatically increases the risk of various cardiovascular problems, which mainly include the coronary artery disease, the coronary artery disease along with the chest pain, angina, heart attack, strokes, narrowing of the arteries, which is also called as atherosclerosis. And if you have diabetes, you are more likely to have heart disease or stroke. Then coming to the nerve damage, neuropathies. Excess sugar can also injure the walls of the tiny blood vessels, the smaller capillaries that nourish the nerves and the tissues, especially in the legs. And this is mainly seen by the symptoms like tingling, numbness, burning, pain, and this usually begins at the tips of the toes and fingers and gradually it spreads upwards. If it is left untreated, you could lose all the sense of feeling in the affected limbs. And the damage to these nerves, also related to the digestion, can cause problems with nausea. There can be vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, and in men it may lead to erectile dysfunctions. Coming to the nephropathy, that is the kidney damage. The kidneys, they also contain many millions of tiny blood vessels in forms of clusters, that is glomeruli, which filter the waste from the blood. Diabetes can damage these delicate filtering system, and if severe damage happens, that can lead to the kidney failure, and it is irreversible. It can cause a chronic stage kidney disease. Also, you may need the kidney transplant in such conditions. It can also lead to eye damage, retinopathy, where the small vessels of retina gets damaged. It's called as diabetic retinopathy. So it can lead to blindness. Diabetes increases the risk of various serious vision conditions it can cause, like cataracts, glaucoma. Also, foot damage, nerve damage in the feet, or the poor blood flow to the feet also increases the risk related to the various food complications. Almost or sometimes it can lead to gangrenous conditions too. So also even small injuries, they will heal very poorly. So there is a specialized branch called as the diabetes foot care. Sometimes it may lead to gangrene and even amputation. Skin conditions. Coming to skin conditions, the skin also becomes more susceptible. It can lead to increasing amounts of the bacterial and fungal infections, delayed healing, and further, Alzheimer's disease is also one of the conditions where in the type 2 diabetes people can see. So they have an increased risk of dementia, also developing the Alzheimer's disease because of the poor blood sugar control, and the risk is greater here. Although there are many theories how these disorders might be connected, but researchers are still proving many things and still studies are going on. Depression is also one condition we can see which is more common with type 1 and type 2 diabetes people, and depression can affect the diabetes management. So this is all about the diabetes and its risk and complications. Altogether, you find that overweight, inactivity, sedentary life, all these play a major role in the type 1 and type 2 diabetes especially. And managing the lifestyle is more important in this condition. So in short, you can also lead a fit life, healthy life, managing the diabetes by also managing your lifestyle. So lifestyle management is very important in managing the diabetes, especially the type 2 diabetes. You say that in mothers who are overweight, they can deliver babies who are also overweight, and these overweight babies can develop the type 2 diabetes in future. And you can see that these can be managed by the activities, exercises, proper diet, and it can become reversible in some conditions too. So we have to basically prevent being obese, also prevent inactivity, also prevent eating the excess junk foods, rich foods, and these will surely help in the controlling the diabetes. There can happen complications in the mother as a result of the gestational diabetes, which can include preeclampsia. This condition, which is characterized by high blood pressure and excess of protein in the urine and swelling in the legs. You can see in the feet there is swelling, and preeclampsia, it leads to serious and even life-threatening complications for both the mother and as well as the baby. And subsequent gestational diabetes can also happen once you had already gestational diabetes in the previous pregnancy. So you are more likely to have it again in the next pregnancy. You are more also likely to develop diabetes or type 2 diabetes as you get older. So there are so many complications of the pre-diabetes and diabetes too. Pre-diabetes can develop into type 2 diabetes. Now coming for the prevention, how you do it. Type 1 diabetes can't be prevented. However, same healthy lifestyle choices that help the pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes and the gestational diabetes can also help to prevent them and help to control them. So what will you do to prevent and control your blood sugar levels? First thing, eat healthy foods. Choose the foods which are lower in the fat and calories and higher in the fiber. Focus on the fruits, vegetables and whole grains. Also strive for variety to prevent the boredom, so that you can include different types of foods in your plate. Get to more physical activity. At least aim for 30 minutes of moderate aerobic exercises or activities on most of the days of the week, or at least 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity in a week. Also lose the excess pounds you have already gathered. Suppose if you are overweight, losing even 7% of your body weight, for example 6.5 kilograms, if you can easily weigh around 200 pounds or 90 kilograms, you can reduce the risk of the diabetes. So at least try to reduce your weight. Also talk to your doctor about how much weight is healthy for you to gain during the pregnancy. Also you can keep your weight in healthy range. Focus on permanent changes to your eating and exercising habits. You can motivate yourself by remembering the benefits of losing weight, such as healthier heart, more energy, and improving the self-esteem. Further, medication is also an option. So we have the oral diabetic medicines to reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. But always, healthy lifestyle choice remains essential. You get your blood sugar checked at least once a year so that you are sure about that you have not developed type 2 diabetes. You can also live a healthy and fit life with controlled diabetes by managing the lifestyle. That is the basic factor. So don't just depend on the medications, start managing your lifestyle too. In the coming video, I will be explaining you more about how to manage the diabetes and what are the different homeopathic medicines which we give for the controlling the diabetes and also its complications. This is Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata signing off until we meet again in the next video. Keep watching.